Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They hella deep, 20 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Well, we done it again. Welcome back to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm your host, Jamal. With me, as always, is my dog, Reeves. Say what's up.
What's up? Ooh, that opening song sounded so good. So tasty.
So relevant, so up to date, so current event like. Now, this song was done last week, but I made a mistake. But all mistakes turn into miracles, because what better way to talk about this song than for the guest we have this week? So it's not really a mistake, you know. It's gonna, trust me. Just keep listening. It's gonna be perfect.
You can introduce me.
He's here.
My co-host is here.
Yeah,
he's back. Say hello to the people, Bri.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. I'm a little, that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
What did? Which part?
You just didn't ask to introduce myself. I wasn't given any chance to say hello.
Whose chef is that?
Not mine.
Oh, okay. Oh, our guest has a sous chef who's already getting in the kitchen. All right. I'm sorry, Brian. I also wasn't really finished with my intro. I had a whole thing, but I'll cut it short. It's fine. I had a whole thing I had planned, and I just won't do it now.
Well, explain it to me how it would work with you introducing Reeves and then going into the thing, but not introducing me.
So I introduced myself. I introduced the podcast. I introduced Reeves. Me and Reeves have banter for like a good 15 minutes. And then we get into the perfect introduction of the guest. And then we do Chefs I Prepared for You. Then we do the recap of the show. And then I say your name at the end and we close out.
You think you and Reeves have 15 minutes worth of banter to do?
We did last week.
Sounds like you guys are running out of steam. Did a lot of talk about me.
Well, we ran out. We ran out of
it. For someone that loved the topic that we're going over.
Yeah,
shouldn't be talking about that. Well, I think the whole theme of what Jamal was talking about was happy accidents, right?
Mm-hmm. I was trying to get to that.
Yes, and that would tie it all back together if we accidentally forgot to intro you.
Yeah.
It's like the theme of the episode.
I had a whole thing I was doing here, and it was going to culminate with like, oh, last week I didn't send Brian the updated intro music, but that's fine because we have our special guest this week is the person who makes the intro music for us. Jeff Ray is here, and I was going to introduce him and the whole thing, and now it's kind of messed up. And Jeff Ray, I'm sorry about your intro this week. This is all Brian's fault. I had a whole thing for you.
It's cool, man. My sous chef was wilding out in the background anyway, so...
We actually appreciate that. We want more guests to bring their sous chefs, so this becomes more of a cooking show.
Mm-hmm. Could use more cooking in the show.
Yeah. We all know that. We all got that same restriction. So Jeff Ray's here. You heard the intro. It's updated. 20 seasons deep. So, Jeff, do you want to walk through all of the kind of like intricacies you did to update the theme song from 19 seasons to 20 seasons?
Please.
Sure.
Yeah, please.
I mean, it took a lot of thinking, but mostly the work lay in just figuring out how the syllables worked. So, 20 seasons didn't work by itself, but when you throw the kid in at the end, it seemed to round it out. So, it took a couple of days, but I eventually was able to get it to the place where it was nice and perfect for you guys.
Do you have some unused takes maybe on the cutting room floor that didn't make the final edit?
I do.
That we
and
could
maybe I
hear.
can like share those with your Patreon subscribers, but I definitely tried like 20 season Zoinks,
Mm-hmm.
double
Mhm.
X seasons, like Roman
Mhm.
numerals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I tried Spanish 20 seasons, but nothing really
Mhm.
hit the way like 20 seasons. It's a
Mhm.
lot, kid. Did.
Mhm.
Didn't actually mean to rhyme that either, but sorry.
So a lot of it from me as a listener, what really struck me was they hella deep. Can you walk me through the process that you went through in deciding to go with they hella deep? Because there's so many
Mhm.
adjectives that I think and hella really worked well. I would just
And
love to
who's
know.
they? I'd love to know who they are. Like the they hit me. I was like, oh my god.
We're doing pronouns.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was not trying to like assume genders, so
Mm-hmm.
they worked best.
Yes.
Hella
Mm-hmm.
is just one of my favorite adjectives. And I think
Ditto.
when you think about TV, the fifth season is like where syndication starts and like the money starts coming in. So like when you think
Yeah.
about Top Chef, that's like four times 5 seasons.
Syndication. Yeah.
I mean, what other word to use than hella? Like hella deep. That's a lot of seasons. So
It is.
that's
Royalty
kind of where my
checks.
yeah, like the royalty checks
Ro-
they all must be
yeah.
seeing must be stupid.
On off hanging dangling off their royalty necks.
Yeah.
And let's
The queen's dead. Who's the royalty next?
I don't
The
want you to
king?
say last names because we've
The
established that
queen's gym. That's a royalty flex. What's up?
That was bars.
Don't get me started.
the last. So the song ends with you still not knowing the last names of everyone.
Mhm.
Is that true? Still, does that still ring true?
Not
Does that feel
quite
true to you?
because
Mhm.
I actually revealed Reeves's last name
Yes.
yeah.
in the
Yes.
Christmas
Mhm.
episode. If you guys want to
Mhm.
remember,
That's
his
yeah. I
last
remember
name
that
is
Block that
scandal.
shit out of my menu.
It was a scandal.
So
It
yeah, I am
was.
familiar with everyone's last name, and to be honest, if you guys want a real tidbit, the only person's last name that I didn't know when I was doing the theme song for you was Reeves. So
Mhm.
Hell
I
yeah.
basically stuck around just to learn that. You might
Just
not
to
see me
learn
again
it.
after this. Yeah,
See,
Yeah.
this is what storytelling is all about. You got to
Mhm.
reel people in with mystery. If
Yeah.
there's no air of mystery, if your audience knows everything about their characters, then what the fuck are you even doing listening to this stupid show? You're turning it off.
Yeah.
We're really unraveling a lot here. Like last week, we unraveled that Reeves, in fact, is married,
Mhm.
and we've done it before, but we took another step
Mhm.
forward. We talked about another thing that him and his wife have done.
Mhm.
We'll talk about it here.
Yeah.
But that
Wrong
wasn't
podcast.
revealed ever, so that was
Mhm.
revealed also. We're slowly like leaking out true
Yeah.
information,
Yes.
so you guys get to know us better. Give you a reason to stay here. Like Jeff said, he knows Reeves' last name, and he'll leave, and we don't want anyone to leave us.
Mm-mm.
So
We can't listen. You talked about the Patreon before. We really can't afford any listeners to leave anymore because
Yeah.
they've been leaving in droves recently.
And every time they leave, I have to then buy up a new subscription. I can't
Yeah.
afford it.
Maybe
We
they're
have to
leaving-
supplement it by buying it ourselves.
The
Every
numbers
time
can't drop.
Yeah, it looks bad. So
Yes.
we're kind of financing our own Patreon at this point, which is illegal, but
Yeah.
it's the only way that we can keep it afloat. So
I mean, that's how.
Well, I
everyone
put it under a
operates.
different name, and it's kind of just being deducted from my paycheck like child support payments. So anytime the numbers dip, they just automatically garnish my wages.
Well, I think one thing you guys might be able to do is maybe drip out more revelations about you all, and that would potentially keep Patreon subscribers interested because
Okay.
people are listening for years and they're like, I actually don't know who does this podcast. I don't know if these people
Mhm.
are actually real at all. They're
Yeah.
gonna eventually leave.
That's
You gotta
true.
Give them,
So-
gotta give them something.
okay, so I think that is an excellent idea, but here's why it worries me and
Mhm.
shakes me to my core. Our fans are real freaks, and the more they know about us, the more dangerous our lives become.
Yeah.
You know, because they basically all of them have a map, you know, one of those things in their room with a bunch of like red, you know, string attached, trying to locate where exactly we are so they can come to our homes. And I don't know, like,
Yeah. I was just
or
in
something.
Target before this recording, and I'm checking out, and this woman I don't know comes up to me and goes, "Are you using this checkout machine?" I said, "No,
Wow.
I'm using this one. Can I
That's-
please check out without being harassed by a fan?"
Crazy fans are out
Right?
there. That's what happens.
And then one of the Target workers comes up and goes, "Can I see your ID?" And it was like, oh my God.
Just
I
wanna
mean, was
verify
I
that it's
buying?
you.
Yeah, was I buying cough syrup? Sure. But she still wanted to know, like, oh, it is Jamal from Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. And I was like, I don't have time for this. I must go back for my recording. Please stop hounding me. And I put my hood up and like I rushed out, grabbed my receipt because I'm not going to be caught like that again.
I totally understand, and I mean, from there it's a slippery slope to waking up in the middle of the night to a podcast fan sucking on your toes under the sheets. So
You
I
think to do it
understand
under the
why-
sheets, but they have no shame. They're above the
Yeah,
sheets.
they're above the sheets. These freaks are above the sheets.
They do nothing below the sheets. They're
Yeah.
freaks in the streets.
Yeah, they want those toes out.
And then you got, I mean, this is digging deep into the canon. You got the beehive too. They'll break into your house
Yeah.
and start reading from the dictionary or something like that, or
Freaking swarm.
make you play Wordle or something. So
Yeah.
there's that whole problem.
It's
Yeah.
getting dangerous out there for us, and like we're not safe anywhere. I was like just this morning, I was like in my house, and I got a phone call, and it's a number I don't recognize, and I don't usually answer those numbers, but just something told me to answer this number, and I answered it, and like, it's this crazy fan, and they start telling me that they are the NYU hospital like collections. And that,
Not this
and
again.
They have an urgent, they have an urgent message to get to me about my overdue statement. And this fan knew everything. They knew how much it was.
Mhm.
They knew what it was for. They knew like how long it had been since I'd paid it.
Mhm.
Like they know too much about me. They they were like,
Too
"Hey,
much.
When do you think you'll pay it?" And I was like, "That's none of your business, fan. Like, come on." Like that's too you've crossed the line at that point.
Yeah.
We let you into our homes and you invite us in. Okay, as a podcaster, you invite us into your homes. I do not invite you into my home.
Yeah. I also didn't ask to be in your home.
Nope.
You brought me in.
That's so
Well-
weird. I had an incident the other day where I got a little, I was hanging out in my house, my kitchen cooking. I had a little my door.
Okay.
I opened the door. There's a young man there in a suit, and he said, "You are being served." And I went, "Oh, okay, I know what this is."
dance competition.
Freaking band competition. Yeah. They found me, and they're digging into their competition. And then so they served me these papers about how, you are no longer allowed within, 500 yards of the Whole Foods on the grounds that you keep going there and pooping all over the stairs. It was something about that. And so it's like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so now the fans feel really like empowered.
They're emboldened.
They're emboldened to come to my house now and, try and harass me in that way. That's what happened.
That's the real shit.
Yeah, man.
So fans, just stop, knock it off. All right, we get it. We're blowing up. We're getting some good guests. We're covering season 20. Just cool it. Let us live our lives. Don't make us regret fame. All right.
I never want to get to the point where I regret fame, and I fear it on the horizon.
I don't want to get to the point where I can't be a normie. I want to be able to grocery shop like the rest of you.
Yeah.
I want to get into these conversations about, have you guys heard about this thing, inflation? I want to get into conversations with normal people about inflation and the price of an apple and the price of bread going up.
Or the price of eggs, apparently.
Yeah, apparently eggs are expensive. I would know. I'm stocked up.
Apparently, the world's
Yeah.
most expensive meal is an apple egg bread sandwich.
Yeah.
With avocado.
Thanks, Netherlands.
I love. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got the mango hunter here, Jeff Ray. Jeff, you've just been hunting mangoes around the world. You recently took a trip overseas. Tell us about it. Where'd you go?
We went to Iceland for a few days and then to Paris. Um,
Mm,
we had a very short stop in Copenhagen,
mm,
not by choice, but
hmm
it was actually a pretty decent time there. I didn't get to have any mangoes in Copenhagen, unfortunately. Um,
mm.
but yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
In
As
Iceland, did you hit up the Blue Lagoon?
Yes, I did. And it was the first thing we did once we got off the
Mm,
plane, which was very nice. But what I learned on my last night in Iceland, I asked the waitress who was serving us at a place called Brewdog, which is cool. Shout out, y'all. I asked her, I was like, are you from here? And said yes, because why wouldn't she be? Um,
She's like, no, I just took a flight here and got a job immediately. I'm
Classic
flying back in an
response.
hour. Yeah.
Classic response from someone working in a country.
But like essentially, I'm into like slow travel. Like I don't like to do all the really touristy things. So I wanted to ask. I was like, where do you guys go for like the Blue Lagoon vibes that is not clearly a tourist trap? And she told me like the lagoony places that the actual Icelanders and Reykjavikians go for that like warm water flavor and to drink beer and warm water. So that was cool to learn if I ever go back. But the Blue Lagoon was very nice.
She just gave it up that easy.
Yeah, I mean, we chatted for I think I schmoozed it out of her a little bit.
Okay,
But,
okay.
Yeah, Brian, I don't know if you're allowed to ask that question anymore.
What was the question again?
I asked if
Oh,
she
yeah.
gave. I said she gave it up that easy, but I was referring to information.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta just be careful with that.
Jeff, can I ask you a question about mango hunting? And I apologize if this is weird.
Sure, man.
But a while ago, you made a video saying that you were about to drop a video of the mangoes that you got while you were in France. And did I miss that video? Or did it never come out?
No, I was actually just talking to you guys about that before we hit record. I was literally finishing that video as I realized it was 7 o'clock and I needed to jump on this podcast. Sorry if I'm messing
Okay.
with the podcast by like revealing times and all that, but
No.
it's sitting on my phone, just waiting for me to push the button. So
Okay.
there you go. Like you can watch it tonight once we're done.
I'm
I
very
can't
excited.
wait.
I
I'm
was
going
just
to watch
confused
it.
because it was like that's coming, and then there was one from Iceland, and I was like, "What's happening? Did I miss one?" Because, folks,
No.
if you're not watching these mango videos,
Yeah.
you gotta watch these mango videos. I'm a person who likes mangoes, but watching these mango videos, I like need mangoes now.
I
Like-
think I'm gonna start making these for my pizza when I make pizza.
You can try, but man, these mango when Jeff does these mangoes, teach you how to cut it certain ways, teach you how to like. It's just like they're done really well. And this sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. These are very good.
Yeah, they
I
are
really
good.
enjoy them.
You know what I liked? The video where you took a spoon and you just got the perfect spoonful of mango. I was like, now if I did that, I'm gonna like cut through the mango. I'm gonna get a charred piece. But you just almost like it was ice cream.
It looked like
You
like a
scooped it
sorbet.
out of the middle of a mango. I was like, that's a veteran move right there.
Well, I appreciate that. And even though the videos are basically me eating like banging ass mangoes every week, I'll let you know, like, I eat a lot of trash ass mangoes to get to those bangers. I ate a garbage ass mango this afternoon. So
Ah,
I'm going to start sharing those with you guys as well. But like, the point for me is to share like my joy about mangoes because I've been eating mangoes like a fiend since I was, 3 or 4 years old. So like, I'm just trying to teach everyone else how to like pick the good ones at the store, wait for the right amount of time before you eat it, and just have the joy that I have every time I bust into one of them joints, man.
sharing your gift with the world.
My favorite video is the one where you're in Serbia and you put a whole mango in your mouth.
Yes.
Walk me through that. How did
I
that
mean,
feel?
it was a range of emotions going
Mm.
doing that video. Um, I forget the exact town in Serbia that I was in, but
Mhm.
Reykjavik.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a Reykjavik in Serbia. Like there's
Yeah.
there's a Paris in Texas.
It's
Yeah.
like the Paris, yeah, in Europe.
The
It's
Hollywood in
everywhere.
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
These
For
places, they
sale.
all run out of names. They just recycle them.
Yeah. I think I just been thinking about some old Mad magazine where I saw somebody stuff a fist into their mouth,
Yes.
and my hand was
Funny.
pretty dirty from just walking around Serbia. So I did
Mhm.
happen to have the mango, and I figured maybe I can put this whole mango in my mouth and peel it and eat it. Kind of like
Mhm.
when guys do the date trick of like trying to take a cherry stem and
Mm-hmm.
tie a knot. There's
Yeah.
somebody trying to do that with a mango.
Is that how you got your wife?
I mean, I'll let her tell you.
I tied my karate gi once
In your mouth?
in my mouth.
Well, you did that as part of your you were trying to get your yellow belt, and you
Yeah.
forgot the whole, the form that you were supposed to be doing. And so you said, "Sensei, wait up. I can show you something else that supplements,
Yeah.
what I was supposed to be doing, but proves to you I could be a yellow belt."
You had this
And you
whole
choked.
kata. You had this whole kata like
A whole kata.
ready, and then you forgot it all when you got up
Yeah.
there. You choked. And then you
I-
literally choked.
I literally
on your
choked
belt.
too. Yeah.
Yes.
And the sensei had to like do the Heimlich maneuver. And then he got in trouble for getting behind me like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They just shut down the whole dojo for a while.
Yeah.
But you've been doing private courses ever since then. So,
Well, my private courses started then.
yeah.
There's a question I was going to ask, but I forget it now. It doesn't matter. It had something to do with mangoes.
Okay, that tracks.
We were talking
Um,
about mangoes.
Mhm.
How they were eating them. Oh, here we go. So you don't ever show this in your videos, but when I wonder if you do this. I want to know if this is the correct way. That if this is a shared thing that mango eaters do. After you cut the the actual edible bits off of the mango, do you bite the seed? Do you bite around the seed like scrape your teeth around the seed to get all the meat off of it? Because I do that.
It depends on the mango. Because some of those mangoes have the stringy fibers, and if you do that with a seed, you're just gonna have to it's like eating fucking chicken breast. You're gonna have to go floss later because you got a bunch of shit in your teeth. I don't like those mangoes. But if I cut a mango and I can tell on the seed, excuse me, there's enough flesh that I can, nibble on it and get in there some, specifically on the top part of the mango, I would
Mhm.
definitely go for that because there's a texture on some mangoes that I really like, which is kind of like sort of slightly sweet flavor with like the chalky kind of feel. Uh, and you get that from some of the flesh that's closer to the seed on specific mangoes. So yes, I do that, but not for every mango.
Okay, thank you. I don't feel weird. Because my wife was like, "Hey, you can't eat that."
No, I mean sometimes if the mango is right, like real right, you might have to just deep throat it a little bit, The seed, I mean. Like
Yes.
once you cut everything off, just go to town, Whatever.
Yeah.
Be secure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's too much work to not do all that. It's a lot of work to eat a mango. It's not an
Yeah.
easy fruit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some fruits are easy.
Mm-hmm.
Apple,
Blueberries.
eat the whole thing.
Grapes.
Yeah.
Eat the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Banana, smash in hand,
Yeah.
Yeah.
get
Open-
straw, slurp it all up.
Star fruit. Easy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But after
Jackfruit.
all that work, with like Denzel said, I'm leaving with something.
Boom.
That's what he said when he looked Chris Rock right in the
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving with something. Slap. So I have a question. Where are the mangoes usually coming from? You did a video where they were like you saw the same kind of mangoes were being delivered across seas as here. Where are they coming from?
So it seems in my, limited travels that Peru is one of the biggest exporters of mangoes. So you're going to see a lot of mangoes from Peru. However, you're not going to see as many now because the Peruvian mango season is wrapping up now because, I guess they're on the other side of the equator and the seasons are switched or something. So, you know, we during the colder weather months here is when you're going to find the Peruvian mangoes. Once it starts to get warmer here, it seems like the mangoes tend to switch to Mexico and some other kind of warm places above the equator. But honestly, it's your local grocery store in America. Probably it's going to be Peru, Brazil, Mexico, Ecuador, Nicaragua, all them joints. Um, I'm trying to get over to Asia somewhere because there's a whole other world of mangoes that we are not exposed to. So
Yeah, why don't we get the Indian mangoes? Because India is the number. It says I googled. It says India is one of the highest exporters, if not the highest exporter
yeah,
of
it's
mangoes.
honestly I
I think
blame
it has to do with some of the USDA.
is that or probably Biden's fault. So
Can we
known
talk
mango
about him for
hater.
a second?
Okay. Do we want to get into this? I didn't want to get political, but
I mean,
you mentioned it, and so it's like, do we talk about Biden's stance on the mango?
what makes me upset is that he was gonna excuse everyone's student debt, but then decided to use his time to ban mangoes from India.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, man, we want
Yeah.
that student debt relief. And he was like, no, I gotta do the mango thing.
He said, "Trust me, this is better."
He said you can't have the mango. And
He
kinda,
did that-
like, had his hip out a little bit. He kind of like slapped his butt.
He then for some reason I gave him an apple and he ate it in the most nasty way ever. Just like pieces were going everywhere, like an animal.
Did he eat it like mango from Saturday Night Live? If you remember that, that's how he would eat
I
the
like
mangoes.
this.
That's I'm sorry.
Can you imagine if Chris Kattan, and this is the problem with his career, he didn't take all of his brilliant characters and combine them into one character and make a movie out of it.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what Monkey Bone was supposed to be.
possibly.
Do you want to do Chefs I
Mr.
Prepared for You?
Peepers.
All right, let's do Chefs I Prepared for You. We've already done so much
Remember
food stuff.
when the Rock was Mr. Peepers and the
So
Rock did it too?
Oh,
We're doing Chefs I Prepared for You. This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, and we present it as if we're presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a vote at the end and a winner. I will go first. Chefs I Prepared for You: curry rice, ground beef, stir fry veggies. A one bowl dinner: curry rice, ground beef, and stir fried veggies.
okay.
I had red peppers. I had mushrooms. I had green peppers. I had green beans. What else was in there? Onions.
Now, is this a medley where it's like you're looking through your pantry and you're like, oh, how do I make music out of what's here? Or
I know
is
what
it
you're going
just
for. I know what you're going
prepared?
for. I actually went to the store, looked at the frozen stir fry veggie mix, and said, I'm going to go buy those veggies right now.
I can do that.
I can do that, but better.
Mhm.
And I did.
And you bought them individually bagged frozen.
Then I combined them and stirred them
They
together.
cost 10 times the
Made
spice.
those boys sing.
But you get so much more.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what I had. No questions. On to the next.
Chefs, I prepared for you pan-fried salmon with the side of peas and mashed potatoes.
All right, how you eating peas? No, sorry. Wait, how you buying peas?
Yeah, they are frozen.
I don't
And I
think
heat them up
frozen
in the
peas
microwave.
taste good.
I feel like the majority of the peas I've had in my life have been frozen.
I think same here. I think at least 95%.
So
Yeah.
maybe this is me. I grew up on canned vegetables.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm humble. And
The humble can.
canned peas taste good as shit.
It's probably the salt.
It's the salt because frozen peas taste like peas. And they have this real like pea taste to them, like this like earthy kind of vegetable taste. Where in the can, that shit tastes like peas. And it's like got this like salty thing. And they're soft, but kind of hard. And
Probably
they
because they've been
brine.
brining for a long time.
Same with corn. Corn in the can? Oh man.
No,
So good.
have you ever tried having the frozen peas but adding salt and butter to
No.
them? Because
I have
that's
not.
actually that changes the
It
game
does
on
help.
them. But
Does
Yeah.
it? Okay.
my question
Yeah.
for
That sounds
Reeves,
nuts, Jeff. That sounds nuts.
hey, Reeves, I gotta ask about the salmon. What
Okay.
was that skin looking like? Was it crispy or was it soggy?
Ooh, I crisped that bad boy up. Listen, fans, I've cooked a lot of salmon in my life. I've spent a lot of my life cooking salmon, so I do it super basic. You clean it off, you make it so it's super dry. Then I just turn over. I get that pan nice and hot with some olive oil. Put a little bit of oil on the skin, just salt and pepper. 5 minutes, flip it, turn it down. That's it. Takes
Sh-
tops 10 minutes for me to make it.
Chef's
Now,
kiss.
now here's my question with that, because I stopped frying or pan searing fish because it makes my whole house stink.
Yes.
Think so good.
How did
though.
you? Yeah, I know it's so good, but I just like everything now smells like pan seared fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does.
So
That's the
okay,
sacrifice you make.
okay, all right. So
It's
it did
not as
happen to you as
bad.
well.
If I feel like shrimp is the ultimate. If you do shrimp or like not really just shrimp, that I feel like stays in the house for days and days and days. if I
Oh
cook
boy,
shrimp. But
I
salmon,
got that coming up.
it's just the day. Are you're making some shrimp?
I got 3 bags of Gulf shrimp here that I got to go through, and so
Ooh,
now
boy.
next week you're probably going to be chefs. I prepare for you a shrimp bowl. So if my house smells like shrimp, oh boy.
Hey.
Don't come a knocking.
Oh, is
Alright.
it my turn?
No,
No,
my
it's
turn.
Brian's turn.
Chefs, last night I procured for you 2 slices of pizza from Pizza Supreme, NY Pizza Suprema in Manhattan, New
That's
York.
actually a great place.
It is one of the best sliceries in the city.
Yeah.
I went to Magnet Sketch Night, which that was stinky. It was not good at all.
There
You knew that
go.
going in. You knew that going in.
Shots
I
fired.
thought it might be okay. It's like their sketch night, and oh boy, if you're listening to this, come fight me. I guess I don't know. I'll fucking out sketch you. I guess
They
and then
won't
also
fight
beat
you.
up. I've got
Yeah.
boxing hoodie on.
Box.
I got an upside down slice and I got a fucking white slice, and the white slice was fucking bangarang.
Okay, do we
Like,
want to talk about this now?
I don't normally get. Well, it's my favorite. You know,
He's still on his Creed shit.
It's superior. It's the superior.
He's still on his Creed 3 shit.
No, this white slice. It's got
Stop
the
saying it
ricotta,
like that.
It's got the ricotta. It's got garlic on it. No red sauce, just buttery, garlicky ricotta, and just man, it was hitting on all cylinders. It was a souped up cherry red
Cherry
Shelby
white.
GT Mustang, cherry white cherry. She's my cherry pie.
The original Shelby
my
GT Mustang
cherry pie.
is blue and white, not cherry.
Well,
cherry
this has
red.
been souped up to where it's white cherry now. That's
my
the
God.
secret that it did.
All right.
No, it's
How
fine.
much that run you? How expensive? was it?
$16.
The white slice $5.50. Both slices $5.50. So about $11.
That's pretty good.
Inflation. That's inflation.
Yeah,
You
worth it.
used to
though.
be able
I
to get
think-
both 2 slices of pep there under $10.
I think pep is still cheaper. I think I got the fancy slices.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I think cheese is $4.
If I lived in New York and I wanted my pizza fix, I would go order a full square pep from them.
That's like a $40 pie. Their whole pies are insane.
That's worth it. That's worth it.
Yeah, it's a really good pie. If you're ever in New York, you go to Penn Station, swing by. It's on 8th and 30th, I think. One of the best slices in the city.
It's a gem. Go ahead, Jeff.
Cool. Chefs, I prepared for you a kale salad with chickpeas, feta, cucumber. I want to say something else was in there, but then on the side I had some fish sticks. I
Okay.
wanted to think of like a fancy chefy way to say that, but like I blanked out just now. So
You nailed it.
yeah, fish sticks and kale salads. I'm trying to get this body ready for summer to stunt all over these milfs in my pool.
That's cool. Those chickpeas, did you cook them at all, or were they just normal canned chickpeas?
My bad. My sous chef wants to jump in and talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Maybe they got to say that thing you forgot for your salad.
You said you said the attack word. You said MILFs at the pool.
Seems like you were doing a Mediterranean salad. So the thing you meant, was it olives? Was it pickled onions?
Nah, olives are garbage. I don't eat olives.
Okay, controversy.
Wow.
Yeah,
and should
that's
we
my
eat
hot
that?
take this time. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even the ones that are like covered in olive oil and like tasty stuff and
The only good thing from an olive is
Green.
olive oil.
Exactly.
Wow.
The
stuffed
olive
with a
itself
jalapeno.
is garbage. I'm sorry.
It's a garbage fruit.
Yeah.
I love that they're unedible unless you cover them in lye and make them crazy. That's my favorite part about olives is that if you eat them by themselves, they kill you. I think. Okay, sorry. These fish sticks, were they oven baked?
Oh yes.
Or were these Purdue? Were these
Oven-baked.
Purdue?
No. Oven baked. I actually try not to support Purdue. But
You don't like the college?
Yeah.
nah, not really.
Don't want 'em
And I don't
to
know
be-
what a Boilermaker is. But
No one does. It sounds offensive.
yeah.
It's someone who makes a boiler for your oven. It's a boiler maker.
My oven
They
is
make
electric,
boilers.
though.
I know a
So-
broiler maker.
Yeah.
Made a broiler. Kenmore.
we
Fabulous
go.
Kenmore kitchen set.
I don't
Reliable.
support Ken. I don't talk to Ken anymore.
You're doing that thing that they did in the show today. A really bad pun.
Hey, don't be
Okay.
talking about my mod team.
So wait, how did you prepare? So you did bake them in the oven, fish sticks.
Yeah. I baked those while I prepared the salad.
My guess is that Reeves and Jamal would never eat a fish stick.
Are you kidding me? First of all, respect the community. Black people grow up on fish sticks, nigga. Like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Like,
Perfect time to use the N word. Very,
Like-
very good.
like, I don't know who you think you're talking
You
to.
just eat really clean now. I don't see you.
I
eating
eat
that.
clean now. I've eaten like
I didn't say
you,
never. I
basically.
didn't say never.
Yeah, I've had many a fish stick. How do you think I knew to pull out Purdue? I know Purdue makes fish sticks.
I mean, we are partial to fried fish.
We're partial to it. We were at the first fish fry with Jesus.
Look, guys, I'm there. I saw Creed 3. I got the fish sandwich from Popeyes the other day. It wasn't just the chicken sandwich.
I don't think if I had, I probably wouldn't by choice. By necessity, I think I would at this point in my life.
Here's the real question. You ever done it where you put it on 2 pieces of white bread and a piece of cheese? You ever had that?
No.
Make your own McFish sandwich at home?
No, if I'm having a fish sandwich, I'm most likely in a parking lot of a historically black college university football game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's absolute fire for all of the non-black patrons of this show. Go find a black college, and someone's going to put a fried fish sandwich in your hand. It's going to change your life.
Yeah, go to Howard Homecoming. Just mention to anyone, oh God, I'm hungry.
Yeah, they're just.
I could really go. I could really go for something. They'd be like, "Yo, put your lips around this, nigga." Like it's gonna be it's gonna be a fish sandwich, fish fried sandwich.
And you have to close your eyes. You've got to close your eyes.
You must close your eyes.
It's gonna be a.
And they will say, "Open your mouth, close your eyes. You'll get a big surprise." They do say that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be a fish sandwich or a karate belt.
Yeah, it's one of the two. And they will either one that they give you. They say, "Now tie that motherfucker up. Put a knot in that bitch." All right, so let's vote. It's voting time. The rules are we cannot vote for ourselves. I'll go first. I'm voting for Jeffrey.
I'm going to vote for Brian.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna vote for Jeff.
I mean, I could go two ways about this, and I'm very conflicted. Can I ask Reeves what his whole meal was again?
Yes. Salmon, mashed potatoes, peas.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Wholesome.
So, this comes down to between Brian and Reeves for me. You both had excellent dinners, but tonight I have to go with Reeves only because I've had pizza like 3 times this week. I
Mm-hmm.
feel if I vote for pizza again, it's just gonna be like too much for my own arteries. So I'm going with Reeves because I love peas. I love salmon, especially with the crispy skin. You throw some potatoes in there, I'm in there.
I get it.
And let me ask you a question for everyone here. What kind of drink would you pair with your dinner last night if you had to? I'll go first. Mine's a black lager from Three's Brewing Company.
Oh, well, first Jeff won.
Yeah, Jeff, you won. Congratulations. But what is a drink you'd pair with your meal last night if you didn't have one?
I'd have a tall glass of orange juice with mine.
Okay. I'm having Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Mm.
I'm having a pilsner of some sort. I'm into the light beers lately, so
Okay.
I get it.
All right.
Yeah.
So we all have cheeky pints and pub bites. We'll be right back after this.
Pod Chef.
Welcome back. This is Pod Chef episode, and then Brian, you'll just edit in you saying what the episode number is right here and clear this part out.
I can't even tell you what it is.
Top Chef Season 20, Episode 3, Cheeky Pints and Pub Bites, yeah? It's a pub crawl, isn't it? It's a pub crawl, bruv. We're not doing no quick fire. It's just a pub crawl.
Just go out to the pub.
Yeah, it's
Don't
just
worry.
an elimination challenge. It's nothing to it. Just do it. That's this week. There's just an elimination challenge. There's no quick fire. This week starts like last week ended. We're seeing the chefs talk about Dawn left. I can't believe it. I can. They can't believe she's gone. Again, I can. And then here comes Tom. And who's with him? His girlfriend, Gail.
They were
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into it. But Tom comes in and says, hey, don't be so down because tomorrow we're going to have fun. We're going to go do some British stuff. We're going to have a pub crawl. So let's, cheer up. Cheerio. That's what he said. And then he walked away. And he did that thing where you jump and you clap your feet together. And he walked out.
He was
Went
dressed
up a
like
chimney.
Andre 3000.
Yes, he was just like Andre 2000. Let's be honest.
And then later on, he was dressed like Bono.
Yeah. So yeah, the chefs were shooting the shit, and Tom and Gail walk in and tell them there's no quick fire tomorrow. That's the only reason why.
Here's the thing: because they're all stars, they knew some shit was going on.
Yes, they did.
They didn't trust that. Everyone was like, "Okay, but what is going on really?" They're on top. They know what's going on because they've been there before. They know.
Yeah.
They know Tom's tricks.
They know that Tom is up to something tricky. They were very paranoid the whole time. They're like, what is this? What does this mean?
Mhm.
They're trying to look into everything. Yeah, this front end bit without the quick fire of them doing the pub crawl sucks. It's about 12 minutes long, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, you could skip 12 minutes and you skip it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You're welcome.
So they're taking on pub crawl around central London. They're going to sample beers and classic pub food. And this is some of the stuff they had. They had fish and chips. They had fisherman's pie.
Yucky.
They had Sunday roast at Lamb and Flag. Then they had shepherd's pie,
Yuck.
steak and ale pie,
Yuck.
toad in the hole at Jack and Horner,
Double yuck.
which I think I went to Jack and Horner when I was in London.
Well, you got it out again,
This is because I'm too close to the mic.
baby.
I'm also talking about London, so I'm getting excited.
You're getting fired up.
And bangers and mash and Scotch eggs and Trafalgar Tavern.
Yeah.
Has anyone here had any of these meals?
Yes, most of them.
I've had fish and chips a lot, and I've had a Scotch egg. That's it.
I had fish and chips in Iceland. I gotta say, my man Gordon Ramsay down here in Southwest DC, better than Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Take that, Reykjavik. You just got wrecked, you bitch.
I was also waiting
That's
for
pretty
one of
good. Sorry, I don't know. I like that a lot.
Podcast style.
I was waiting for one of the chefs, and this might have happened had like Mike Isabella been on this season, but I was just waiting for one of them to like not take notes and just get totally hammered.
That would have been great.
Surprised when they had to go into the next challenge.
Yeah. They're like, I thought we were on holiday. Oh, God.
Oh, what the fuck? I just fucking bound it.
Yeah.
I thought that's what they were getting at because there's a point where they like go to Buddha and he's like, I think he's talking to like, I don't know, Gabby or something like that.
Yeah, I think he's talking
and
to Gabby.
He looked like he was kind of getting a little loose, and then they never followed up on it. I was like, this is boring. No one got
They're
messed
just
up.
too. They're just these all stars are just too prepared. They're not gonna let their guards down ever. The guards the walls stay up the entire time. They know that any moment they're gonna get fucking elimination challenged or quick fired or any type of thing. You know, you never know with these guys. Well, they know.
They know.
Yeah. So all this pub food sucks for the most part.
Sunday roast is good. I liked Sunday roast when I had it.
Sunday roast is it's just like it's all the food is like very heavy.
It's very
It's like
brown.
heavy meat, heavy brown sauce, and all that. And it does kind of suck where it's like we had this international season, all these cultures coming together to go to London to make them cook English food.
Pub
That
food.
sucks.
It's
It's
Any
not
other
even like
country, it'd be better.
yeah.
the food is
It's
good.
not
if
even
you want
home
shit
style food.
Bad.
My food good. My shit bad.
That's oh man, that should be a restaurant. It's like literally the slogan.
Good
is
food, bad
good if you
shit.
want to shit bad.
Yeah. Zagat.
That's like
Um,
our podcast. We're a good podcast, but a bad Top Chef podcast.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing. We are British pub food.
Yes.
We're a good podcast if you want to shit bad.
So they're eating the fish and chips, and I swear if the chefs just served this food to Tom and Gail unprompted, they probably wouldn't have liked it. Let's listen to Gail talk about the bucket of blood.
Oh, thank you.
I heard it used to be called the bucket of blood.
That was because where you're currently sat, there used to be a boxing ring, and they used to do bare knuckle boxing.
I think that's what's going to happen today.
That's when Buddha also made the funny joke. Pub brawl.
Yeah, that was a
Thanks,
Brian, you
Buddha.
do any bare knuckle boxing?
I've not gotten to that level yet.
Mhm.
I'm starting with. At this point, my knuckles are entirely. There's nothing bare about them.
Mhm.
I'm not. No part of my skin is showing when I box. I'm completely covered. Nothing on me is bare.
Okay.
And they said maybe one day I can expose my knuckles to other people, but until then, you know, you just want to keep your modesty and like cover up every part of your skin while you box. It's just
Okay.
for safety and for to keep the good Christian values of the boxing ring there, because God's watching everything, including the boxing ring. You know,
Mhm.
Brits love their boxing.
They love a good fight, a good boxing fight, like
Mhm.
boxing and I guess some other stuff. But yeah, they're all about it. People getting punched in the face. They like
There's
it.
There's
There's a
a
holiday for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boxing
Yeah.
day.
King's Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a YouTube channel that I watch. He's like a boxer, full Olympian boxer. He talks about all his boxing stuff. Just this boxing guy is a lot of fun to listen to.
Oh, freaking.
Is his name David?
Is his name David?
Yeah. First name David.
I don't know. I don't learn people's names.
Mm.
Take his face.
Is he black?
No.
Okay. Well,
Did they-
Charbel is smart because Charbel says he's not going to drink because he knows something's up. They all kind of know something's up, but some people are drinking.
Yeah.
But they are eating very heavy British food, which I think even if they were drinking, I don't think they'd get drunk. I think it'd all be soaked up. The amount of mashed potatoes and like bread that they had and like pastry and the
that's
pies.
like why they do it, right?
Yeah. You could drink all night and nothing's going to get through.
Through your pants.
They will get through your pants.
Yeah, that's true. Sylvia keeps talking about how much she loved the mashed potatoes. We get it. You're a potato gal.
She's a potato lady.
Yeah.
I noticed
Is
that.
that offensive? Should she be upset?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so. She's calling herself that.
Well, she's allowed to, but everyone else is doing it too now.
That's because I feel
Well,
like she was like, I'm the
She,
potato.
yeah, she
person.
encouraged it. Yeah, she
Yeah.
encouraged it. She was like, "I'm the potato woman." Like,
Feels like a trap.
yeah,
What's
I'd
the
walk right
potato-
into it.
Was it pierogies or some pea dish that's all potatoy? That
Something like- I think it's
European white.
something like
Pierogies
that.
are usually, yeah, they're like wontons full of potatoes.
Yeah. So it fits.
Pass.
No, they're good.
That's 2 stacks of carbs. Pass. So I noticed that Tom and Gail sat next to each other at every stop, but some of the chefs did not sit next to each other at every stop.
Mm-mm.
And who like, so think about this, because at the end they reveal that whoever you were sitting next to, wherever you sat down, you flip over your the cup holder or whatever, and had your number on it. So imagine if you're like, okay, I'm gonna sit next to so and so this time, and we're gonna do it, and like wherever you sat could have messed you up completely. What if the people got eliminated this week got eliminated because they sat different than where they sat in the previous 2 pub stops?
It's possible. I play with my cup holder. No one flipped it over. No one took time to be like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I would have seen that. I would be like, what's this number on the back? And Tom would be like, fucking Jamal.
I know. Hey, mine thinks that's 2 on the back.
Yeah. Can you lift your guys up? Does yours have numbers on it? Yeah. Hey, Tom, these all have numbers on them.
We do. I want to make sure we talk about the fact that Victoire really spoke for everyone in saying how she felt about British pub food. And that she said it was yucky. Yeah. So if she liked Toad in a Hole, and she said no. And that's, that's fair. The food's called Toad in a Hole. You want to put ants on a log? That's good. Toad in a Hole?
Yes.
That's bad. I don't do
Bad.
that.
Yeah.
Ants in a log challenge I can get on board with. Toad in a hole, gross.
Gross.
Not
I don't
eating
like
that.
I
I feel like of the contestants, the one person that I think would be like searching everywhere to see if there's a number or a clue would be Boodalo.
Yeah.
They probably had to edit that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah,
flipping
probably.
over tables, looking for clues, looking for hidden immunity idols. Yeah.
So the elimination challenge after they all like went to these 3 pubs and then got a little tipsy was you gotta elevate these British staples. Yay. Yay. We're gonna take the pub food and make it fine dining. Yay. So they get paired together by flipping over their it's not cup holder. What is it called again?
Coaster?
Coaster. Yeah, coaster, not cup holder. They flip over their coasters and they see the numbers. They whoever has your same number, you get it paired with. Sarah and Tom get paired together, and Sarah has an opinion about Tom's cooking style. Let's listen.
Tom and I matching up. Our styles are pretty different. I kind of like a more organic style of Tom is more modern.
So if you listen very closely there, you can tell that Sarah had an AI do her interview for her.
Can we play it again?
There's a very subtle, slight change in the audio. Let's listen
play
to
it
it
again.
Tom and I matching up. Our styles are pretty different. I kind of like a more organic style of Tom is more modern.
Okay. Yeah,
I
you
heard
can
it.
hear it there.
Yeah.
Tom is more modern.
And that's the issue. We were worried about kids in school using chatbot to write their letters, their essays.
Mm-hmm.
We were worried about writers using chatbot to make TV shows. You can't watch Lucky Hank, a robot write it. But what it is Top Chef contestants using it to do their talking heads.
Do their interviews.
They don't even need to show up anymore.
That's the thing I'm most worried about with this whole AI takeover.
Yeah.
Is that Top Chef contestants will have an AI do their interviews for them during the show.
Wasn't this in the Top Chef movie on like page 700?
Well,
Sounds right to me.
Yeah. There are 1,000 pages of that script. I don't remember most of it.
I think AI was in that movie. If I'm not.
Where are we in the production of that? Has Tom checked anyone where we are in the production of that? How he's got it? If he's been able to sell it or anything yet?
I think he's still shopping it. That's what he keeps saying.
All
He
right,
keeps every time I keep sending him an email, he's like still shopping it around, bro.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, well, happy shopping.
He wouldn't stop talking to me about Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels the other day.
Yeah.
What do you say
Seen this
specifically?
movie?
What do you say about it?
He was like, what I like about it is that it's like, he was like, it's British. I was like, okay, yeah, I get that.
Are you looking it up right now?
No, I know all about it. It's Guy Ritchie. Well, the thing is that I confuse the two movies. I confuse Lock, Stock.
That and Fight Club, right? Those are the two that you confuse?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Easy.
tell
One
the
has Brad
difference.
Pitt in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and one is more your
Oh.
timeline, huh?
Mhm.
Because you started a Fight Club.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Mhm.
Well, that wasn't the first rule.
No, the first rule. What was the first rule again?
First rule was you have to watch Creed. You have to watch a
Yeah.
black movie.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't get people to do it.
Yeah, Tom calls me and talks to me about it, and he's like, "Have you seen Brad Pitt's body in this movie? Damn,
He's fat.
You're talking about Fight Club?
And I'm like, what? Are you talking about Snatch? He's like in really good shape in that movie. He's like, no, man, the movie he just won the Oscar for. He's huge.
He said, I don't know.
And
what
I'm
the
like,
fuck he did.
He was like,
I think you're talking about that Brendan Fraser movie that came out. You talking about The Whale? He's like, no, I'm talking about Snatch.
didn't he say I wouldn't call him that? But yeah.
Yeah. So that guy was crying when Brad Pitt won the award. Okay.
So things got testy when they were cooking prep in the team challenge when they were cooking in the kitchen. This was a 3-twist episode because 2 people are going to be eliminated. This is a team elimination, which, I mean, all right, if you want to do it that way. I think it makes more sense to get rid of one person on the team who didn't pull their weight, but sure, get rid of 2 people.
This is early for a double elimination.
Yeah, it's not gonna make Last Chance Kitchen weird at all.
It's not like they like overcast weather. It's not like they had more people than they normally do. It's still like 16 people or whatever. And to do a double elimination here early it felt weird.
Someone's coming back early in Last Chance, I think, by week 5.
They'll do the half.
Yeah, I think by week 5, someone's coming back.
I think you're right. I think by like maybe Restaurant Wars, someone will come back and then they'll start the cycle again.
Yeah. Which dish did you guys like the most, if you remember any of the dishes that were cooked?
I think I liked the ones that looked crazy but tasted just like the food that they were elevating. And to that I say, is that elevating if it tastes just like the food that I'm supposed to be eating? Is that elevating?
I don't know.
I would say
it's all about you eat with your eyes, right?
Yeah, like because the judges were all saying, like, for example, the one dish with the onion cracker on top, and Buddha and his partner's dish. So like, yo, you look at these 2 dishes and you're like, this isn't what the fuck I ordered. But then you taste it like, oh, this is what the fuck I ordered. So like, it's kind of elevation through trickery.
That just seems like you want to cause a fight with the server.
Yeah.
Here's your Sunday roast. Is that what the fuck I ordered?
No.
But then the waiter might be like,
this looks too good for that. It should look like a mess.
Yeah.
Send it back.
Either way, those were my favorites on the show. I don't know if you guys could tell this, but I felt like this episode, and I don't want to get ahead, but
please.
It was
get ahead.
Easily telegraphed on who was going home from like as soon as the teams were paired. And I don't know if that's just me being, a 20-year veteran of this show, but I was like, oh well, I don't even need to watch the rest of this.
Yeah,
I know who's
because
going home already.
They were the only 2 people who weren't getting along.
They weren't getting along, and I mean, if you really needed a picture of who was going to lose, you just had to see their interview together, where May is like looking at the floor, and Dale looks like his dog just died or something like that. Like it's so clear that they've been eliminated and they're forced to do this interview at this point. Like it's over. I was like, oh well, they definitely lose.
There's also a shot of them, quote unquote, working together where Dale's at the bar and May's behind him across the room at the couch. And it's like, are you guys working together but apart in the same room?
That was a bad match.
From the
beginning.
Want to do Scotch egg, right? They didn't want to do Scotch. Like
she wanted to do it.
Yeah, she wanted
to do something interesting, and he just wanted to kind of do a C+ thing and go home, I guess.
Yeah, he wanted to coast.
Like, as long as we do okay, we won't get out of here.
He wanted to coast.
That egg did look fucking good, though.
Yeah, I would have.
Eggs in other countries, our eggs are like shit. Eggs in other countries are like fucking orange and shit.
I did like that when they came and dropped off that Scottish egg and said what it was. Padma just lets them finish and goes, "Okay."
They were also being really. The judges were being also like, "Oh, this looks really good, And when people, the bad ones, they were just like, "Thank you."
Yeah, thank you for this. This looks not appetizing.
The people who fucked up, people who fried stuff. No one else who fried didn't like. That's where they got wrong. But all that other food is fried. The original's fried.
Let's get to judges' table. They bring in the top 2 and the bottom 2 again. They're doing this elimination in front of everyone again, so people are knowing who's bad and who's not.
I think this was good for TV. I think this is how you do it.
I think it's good for TV too.
I like it too. I think it adds some drama. There's a lot of cuts to the people that were on the bottom reacting to the people on top, just like shaking
Getting
their
praised.
head,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah,
looking.
like,
Oh,
jeez Louise,
fuck, I fucked up.
why didn't I do that? Yeah.
I think they should.
We also
Buddha-
make sure-
Oh,
Go ahead.
My bad. I think they should bring in the top two and then a middle two, and then the bottom two, and then maybe
middle
another
two.
middle two, something like that to spice it up. Because I mean, I
Really?
feel like
Just bring everyone in.
yeah, that too. But like when you bring in the top two and then the bottom two, and then like you're like sucking the top two's dicks off while the bottom two are just standing there wanting to kill themselves. It's just like it's a little painful at some point, you know? 'Cause-
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
It's too targeted. So yeah, you should have the top two, the bottom two, and the
Mhm.
middle rest.
Yeah.
And I think that pads it all out.
Plus
It also lets the-
spreads the trauma more, so it's more.
Yeah,
exciting.
everyone else
Yeah.
who's there is like, well, who's the bad ones then? Because everyone else is in here. Who else is the bad ones then if they're the good ones? So
I think maybe
I
do
get
it
what you're
like-
saying.
Do it like Drag Race does it, where you bring everyone out and you start with who's safe. You're safe, you're safe, you're safe. So then whoever's left knows their top or bottom. So like in that moment, it's like you spread it out a little bit and then like boom, it's go time. Now people are top and bottom.
So Buddha and Luciano win, and it's kind of unfair because Buddha said in the beginning of the episode, "Yeah, I mean, I worked for Gordon Ramsay here. We did this all the time. I know how to make this dish." So
Yeah, but Dale also worked for Gordon Ramsay, and he got his ass sent home.
yeah, that's true.
But what Dale didn't do was little teeny tiny sliced, super thin cucumbers,
Yeah,
top of a piece of fish, and then
Oh.
wrapped up in plastic,
yeah.
and then sous vide.
I feel like
Yeah.
Didn't do that.
Buddha really likes the teeny tiny cucumbers layered on like
He
all
loves that.
stuff.
Loves that
Yeah,
shit.
I saw
He
that.
loves
last
it.
week,
He
too.
says, he says, look at this shit. It looks like scales. But it's
said,
not.
"Look, this is
It's
so cute and
cucumber."
tiny."
He's gonna do crosshatch next.
Probably.
Let's.
But the team that did the little like cracker, the little flour cracker on top, took some. That's stealing some of Buddha's moves there. That's like one of his main things is doing the like cracker tweel. That
Yeah,
shit
well.
looked pretty too. A lot of the plates look
They-
really pretty.
I'm pretty sure there's a
dining.
B-roll shot of them being like, "Hey Buddha, remember that cracker, those leaves you made last year in the finale? That shit's bush league.
That's mine now.
I can do that."
Yeah, I do this now.
Give me
You're
that.
not allowed to do it.
Give me that.
Let's listen to elimination of Dale and May.
May and Dale, please pack your knives and go.
We'll see you in Last Chance Kitchen. You're not done yet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Going home at this point is devastating and just so disappointing.
So yeah, it's devastating.
I do want to mention, although, that May tried to throw Dale under the bus.
Yep.
When they were told they were sucking shit, she was like, "What I wanted to do was this."
I
And
think
Dale's like,
I think that's fine.
They were caught in
because
two minds. Go ahead.
he-
Sorry.
I was just, when you saw them at the beginning, Dale wanted to go safe, and May did not want to go safe.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, you know what, man, like, and May was killing at the last episode of the episode before. She was smoking these fools. So like,
Yeah,
I felt bad that she had to leave because Dale didn't want to take any chances.
yeah.
she truly looked devastated at
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's weird because if they had this disagreement, like juxtapose that with the way that Buddha and Luciana disagreed on. She was like, my mashed potatoes are fine, and he was like, no, these are garbage, I will not serve these. And she fought and she fought and she fought, and he just like made his version, and she was like, okay, this is better.
Yeah.
And then like ate it and went okay with it. And that's like, I don't know, so like how do you do that? Because she should have like could May have fought harder,
Yes.
and then like
Yeah.
She should have just. I don't understand why people go on the show and they don't just say when they do a team challenge, "Yeah, I hear you. You don't want to do this, but I'm making it." End of discussion.
Well, I think
And-
the argument is also that she's the one that pushed for the Scotch egg. So
Yeah.
she should have taken the lead on like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
whole design
yeah.
of the dish. Whereas
She
if
should've.
they went with fish and chips, it should have been Dale. Which I think his perspective was he didn't want to get steamrolled. He didn't like the idea to begin with. So he was trying to really force his perspective because he didn't want to get steamrolled in the end. Like if they lost, and he'd be like, well, I just let her take the lead.
I
'Cause
just
then Tom
tra-
would be like, you're supposed to be the boss in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
All right.
And just a quick thing. Tom also had a hat on that made him look like a producer from the 90s.
He was doing his. I thought he looked like a Bono thing.
He
with
looked
the
like
glasses
Bono.
and the
I
hat.
thought he
Looked
looked like
the type of
Samuel
guy
Jackson.
Yes.
That too. Samuel Jackson in the new all those ads that are running right now during March Madness.
Hell yeah.
So let's talk about Last Chance Kitchen, or what I'm calling Take Your Girlfriend to Work Day. Let's listen to Tom and Gail basically have their little date again on Last Chance Kitchen.
Hey, how are you?
I'm right behind you.
Good. How you doing?
So what are you making?
I'm gonna do some breadcrumbs, mushrooms, some asparagus. This thing would boil.
Is that your red wine?
Yeah, so red wine, kind of shallots, mustard on top. I don't really know what cheeses I grabbed. I just tasted them, and they tasted good together, so I put those in.
Lots of good cheese in this country.
Tons, yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at.
All right.
Welshie, rabbity.
Walkthroughs are really stressful, Tom. I mean, when they've got like 10 minutes.
Yeah. And they do have 10 minutes. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes, Jeff.
Tom's all business at work, and his girlfriend's giggling. He's taking her around like, yeah. So this is I work with Dale and I work with May. And, this is what they're doing. Hey, ask Dale what he's up to.
She's
is
also
so stressful.
Like doing his job better.
Yeah.
For him. She's like, I guess they have like 10 minutes left. He's like, oh yeah, everyone, there's 10 minutes left.
Yeah, there's 10 minutes left.
I'm on top of that.
This is still my show.
This is my show. I make
don't
rules
remember
around here.
it, but I feel like there was a Tom's short small talk clip of the week in there. I don't remember what it was though. We doing that still?
Yeah, when I find a good one, but I didn't really feel like
I think
there was a good
one
one.
in that, but I don't remember what it was. But it was.
I didn't really like it. Anyways, Dale and May win. Dawn is officially eliminated, so she has time to come on the show now and talk about stuff.
I don't think she's gonna
listen,
talk about.
She's coming. She's coming on the show. She's gonna come.
If she hears one episode of Jamal talking about her, she's not gonna come on this show. Unless
She's gonna come on the show.
Yeah.
She's gonna come. She's gonna set the record straight.
Speaking of looking devastated,
yeah,
man. After all the shitting on her you've done, Jamal, were you actually able to enjoy this, or did you feel like she looked hurt, and it was tough to watch?
You know what? I looked at the look on her face when she was getting eliminated, and I did take a moment to like just be like, man, maybe I was too easy on her.
Okay,
because she should have been destroyed years ago. Come on the show, Don. Let's do the fantasy standings. We got ourselves a competition, folks, because Brian had a big week and closed the gap quite a lot since two of his members won the week this week. So the standings are now Jamal, big dog, 24.5 points. Reeves, 22.5 points. Brian, 20.5 points. So it's still anyone's season, folks. We thought Brian was out of here after week 2.
Right back in it.
But like he called it, Buddha. He's got that Buddha.
Right, Buddha all the way.
The great equalizer that Buddha is.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Ray, thank you so much for coming on the podcast this week.
Do you have
Always a great.
Where are they now? Sorry.
Oh yeah, where are they now? Sorry.
So Dawn, she's got late August opening in Houston. Sometime. She does the rounds, does a lot of cooking shows. She also has a very cute dog.
Ooh, like that.
And then Samuel Albert, he's the executive chef at Les Petits Press in France. It's like fine dining, fancy French food. He has a dish that looks like a freaking Banksy picture.
Ooh, which one?
The
girl, the
one
balloon?
with the girls. Yeah, girl balloon. Balloon is like a cookie or something. Okay, that's it.
All right. Jeffrey, thanks for coming on.
Sweet, thanks.
Everyone, check out Jeffrey on social media and check out Mango Hunter and check out his new videos that come out. Anything else you want to plug? I'm sorry, I plugged stuff for you. I was trying to be helpful.
No, just that. If you want to learn about mangoes or just watch me eat mangoes, follow me at Jeffrey Films on Instagram. I didn't want to commit to like a Mango Hunter tag because I might switch it up and do something else later. But
yeah,
that's right.
You also might get some people who are looking for the MILF Hunter.
Yeah,
very easy mistake to make.
Very easy mistake to make.
Yeah,
the Manga Hunter.
Yeah,
that's a little harder to make. I can see that.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
Right
I can't imagine anyone typing mango and hitting manga, and it nah.
They could
but
A
MILF?
and O are far away from each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me trying to type in mango.
Other sides of the keyboard, all right?
I go M. I go, okay, mango.
Yeah.
I-L.
All right, we're gonna pack our knives and go.
This was fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.